Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant, and welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time we defeated Morty of the Ecruteak City gym and got ourselves the Fog Badge, which enables us to use the move Surf outside of battle. And today we're going to be starting off by exploring a bunch of different areas that have water for us to surf on, so we can get the stuff that is over here. If we surf off to the west of Cherry Grove City here, we can get the Mystic Water from this guy, which powers up Water-type moves. Should probably be giving this straight to Crunch, so he can make good use of it, because he has Surf and he's a Water-type, and it's only going to make him stronger, so why the hell not? Wonder who I'm going to be giving the Quick Claw to after this either. There may or may not be some pearls or stuff on this island here. Nope. But I'll be staying with you here because not too far up north here along Route 30 there is another place we can surf to get items and stuff. But now that we're surfing, we can encounter new Pokemon that we weren't able to before, and a large majority of them are going to be Tentacool. Water Poison type, very good special defensive wall. I kind of wanted to start using him too. There are a lot of Pokemon I just neglected in the older games because, well, they were really common, and I thought really common Pokemon weren't necessarily anything to write home about, as I've been saying probably too often in this game. But if we surf out here, I believe we should be able to find... Ooh, a Poliwag, another Pokemon that we can find while surfing. Now this is one of those interesting Pokemon that will evolve differently depending on how you trade it and with what item. And we should be picking up that item in this episode, too. Can't we just run away from this thing? Crunch, you gotta be fast enough. Crunch! Crunch! I wouldn't be surprised if you could run away while sleeping. I'll give it a shot. Nope. You're not gonna be able to do anything to me. I'm going to continue to take the chance. There we go. And now that he's sleeping, it's going to be a pain in the neck to run away from him. Who's fast? Klaus is fast. Let's have him out front. Surf down here, you may not be able to see anything, but if you pull out your dowsing machine, there you go, a nugget. There's another 5,000 Pokédollars. So I'll make my way further up north along Route 30, and I'll meet you there. Now that we're further along Route 30, I'd like to see if we can get through the dark cave over here. Now, I'm also really stupid and haven't gotten Flash yet, so this is probably going to be an effort in futility. Well, not so much that I didn't get Flash, as much as I probably should have used it on someone. And hey, there's an item over there. I want that item. But I want to surf across this water a little bit more than I want to go get that item, whatever it is. I may be back for it later, probably not. So as you can see, we can actually progress forward through this hole in the wall. It looks like there's something up there, too. Probably not, though. Yeah, there's a whole other section of the dark cave that most people don't think to explore until a little bit later on, and there's an item in that rock. A Hyper Potion restores 200 HP, not bad. There's an item up there on that ledge, too. I want that item. Can we go up there? We can't go up there. But we can encounter higher level Pokemon around here. See, now that we have Surf, the game's going to expect us to be much stronger than it would normally. So instead of running into level 2 and 3 Geodudes, it's now level 23, and it can withstand our confusion, which makes me sad. And now we get to see Shadow Ball in action. I should probably switch to Crunch to get rid of these Geodudes. But he's still asleep, and I don't want to waste a Chesto Berry. Why don't I want to waste a Chesto Berry? I have so many Chesto Berries. Just let me use one on Crunch and then have him lead. He'll be faster than all of these Geodudes anyway. In all honesty, I've never taken the time to explore the Dark Cave at this point, because there really isn't much of interest to find here, except maybe one trainer battle somewhere else that you can access much more easily later on. But I figure, I'm here now, I might as well. So let's see what we can find, and I think I saw a rock smashable rock over here. There's an item over there. What do we have over here, though? A boulder moving puzzle! Yeah, we're making use of a lot of HMs in this episode, aren't we? We've used Cut, Surf. Could have used Flash, but that's a TM. And there's stuff up here as well, and we can rock smash our way further north through the cave. Now, in all honesty, I've never actually explored this part of the cave. And we found a green shard in the smashable rock. Cool. Now, is the exit up here? I have a feeling it is. Oh, exit! Where are you, exit? Alright, not the smartest idea of me to come in here without using flash. And another hyper potion, not bad. Do I want to go down that way? Because that's a one-way ledge. I don't like one-way ledges. Because you can't get back up one-way ledges. And every time you get into a wild encounter, you have to turn the dowsing machine back on. And all I had to do was take one extra step to my right to see that there was nothing there. So the exit down here. Here, exit, 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 here, exit. Full heal. I'm looking for the exit. I never realized how long Dark Cave was, good lord. I always thought it was like a really tiny cave, because the only time I ever came in here was in the beginning of the game. Oh well. We're back outside at a point in the game where most people normally just come straight down from over here. It feels so strange to be up at this particular segment of the map, because you can see we're all the way around Route 45, and normally the only way you would get down here is from Blackthorn City to the north. I've never been down here at this point. Which is, I mean, one of the reasons why I'm always surprised when I get down here and I take the path that leads eventually back to the route between New Barktown and Cherry Grove City, back to where I think that was where we first encountered a Spearow. But I would always get to this place and see the trainers you can fight down here and wonder why then in the world these guys are so weak. Now you can take one of two paths. You can go to the south over here and fight the hiker, or you can fight two guys to the left. I don't know if I'll come back here again after this, and you can get into a double battle. Do I want to do that? I'm not sure. Who do I want to send out for a double battle? I mean, I'm in the mood for it. Let's go. Double battle! Again, this is one of those pairs of trainers that you can just single battle if you prefer to by talking to one or the other before you step in the middle. But I figure, why would I want to do that? So let's see, I suppose I could use... It's funny because each CB has an attack that would be super effective against both of these guys. I suppose I'll dig to get out of the way of Ponyta because it could hit me for super effective damage. And let's try Dark Pulse on... You're gonna resist Dark Pulse. Let's try Ember. We haven't seen a Ponyta yet, have we? It's a fire type. It's really cute and adorable, unless you're playing these Sinnoh games in which it's just about the only fire type that you'll be able to use. And Mankey we've already seen before. I don't know why I left Lupus in to fight him, because I completely forgot that he was going to die to it. Oh well. We have to go to the next... Where are we going after this? I am so out of it today. Ice Fang, why not? It's like I suddenly forgot that Dark type was weak against fighting. I guess we haven't necessarily run into too many fighting types, though, in my defense. But yeah, the first time we get to see Ice Fang in action. And you've got yourself an Oddish. So we can use Aerial Ace, which we haven't seen yet before, if Ice Fang doesn't kill it, but it shouldn't because Heracross is faster than Croconaw. I love how powerful HC Beetle is. And Crunch grew a level 2! Yay! Why did I say 2? No one else has. Oh well. And at the end of the battle, I don't know why I remember this, but Erin will give you her phone number. Why do I remember that? Do not ask me. I have no idea. I also think we might have missed an item by the apricorn trees because I wasn't using my dowsing machine. I probably should have. But as you can see, if we jump down here, we're back in the grass we were at the very beginning of the game. So, I'll heal these guys up, make my way back through the dark cave, and I'll meet you to fight the hiker dude on the other side of the ledge. So we've made our way back through the cave. I picked up a couple of interesting items in there. The first one being the Black Flute, which if you play it makes wild Pokemon less likely to appear. Probably not all that useful, considering I imagine you have to use it every time you encounter something in the wild. Rock Smashing, I picked up a Max Ether, which can fully restore the PP of a single move, so it's like an Ether, but restores all the PP instead of just 10. Picked up a Pokeball in there, and I forget what the other item was I picked up. Might have been a Revive or something. But we made our way back through the cave, and now we can take on the hiker down here. Mountain Pokemon. You know, I don't think there's a type called Mountain. Isn't that kind of funny? But he's got a bunch of Geodudes. This is going to be a really boring fight, isn't it? Yeah, probably. The most frustrating trainers for me to face are the trainers that have one of the same kind of Pokemon that's extremely weak. I'm pretty sure there's one later on in the game that has a whole bunch of Magikarp, but I may be thinking of one in the 5th gen. I know there's one in the 5th gen that has, like, a team of 6 Magikarp, all the same level. They can't do much of anything. I do think there's one later on in the game that has only Magikarp, but I remember it for having a funnily high-level Magikarp. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to it. Probably won't be for a few months, but it'll still be hilarious when we get there. I love when they leave in specific trainer battles where they have nothing but weak Pokemon, but one of them is a really, really high level. It's always hilarious. Until you get defeated by it, in which case it's probably one of the most embarrassing losses you can have in this game. Which is never fun. Unless someone else is watching and laughing at you, in which case they're having fun, but normally that isn't the case. I wonder, do Pokemon get tired of using the same move over and over again? Like if HCB is just doing a vertical slice with his hand 15 times? Does he get bored of doing that? I imagine we would. We don't like monotony. I told you, I always like switching things up and keeping it fresh. Probably not in so many words. But it always bores me to do the same thing over and over and over again without any sort of variety. That should be everything in the Dark Cave we can do. I know there are a couple of specific sections in it I didn't explore, but I'm really not that interested in exploring the rest of the Dark Cave because there isn't much else there. And now we can make our way forward if we don't run into the legendary Entei! Remember, these guys are still running around all over the place, and I did run into one. I think he was my first encounter after leaving Ecruteak City to go back to Goldenrod to do some stuff there. But this guy, level 40, he will always try to run away from battle at the end of the first turn, so if you have a weak enough move, I suggest you just go for it, see how much damage you can do to it. Try to whittle it down. It won't lose HP between encounters. So, I'll talk a little bit more about how to catch him and Raikou later on when I actually go after them, but in the meantime, I'll just meet you guys at the next destination we have to surf through. Now that we're back in Violet City, there are a couple of places we can surf to. You may remember the pool of water surrounding the Sprout Tower. There are actually a couple of items that we can find around here as well, if you take out your dowsing machine. I think one of them is over to the east. So let's go surfing around. That does it. I'm switching out to Klaus in the first spot because I'm sick of not being able to run away from Poliwag. If we head over here, not only will we find the rare candy, not going to pass up one of these if you can help it, but there should also be, is there anything else over here? I guess it's further down. I always forget where the hidden items are. I don't go searching for them too often. Is it over here? Is it over there? Is it everywhere? It's over behind that rock we can smash. I'm not using repels because I don't have the money for them. It's not that I can't be bothered to buy them, it's just that I don't have that much money to throw around. We can also head over to that little niche up there to the top left. You can see there's an area that we can walk on, which also has an item that we want. Another PP up. I'm going to be saving these until... I don't know if I'll ever actually use the PP ups. mean, if I haven't mentioned it, they increased the PP of one move by, I think, 20%? So if a move only has 5 PP, it'll up it to 6. If it has 10 PP, it'll up it to 12, etc. There's a rock, Smashable Rock over here, and since I do have Smash Ball in my party, we've been able to break these the whole time. I'm so thankful I brought him into the Dark Cave, because I didn't really think to at the time. I just thought of bringing him along just for this one rock. But if we head up here, we can find ourselves a hidden Hyper Potion. Nice. Klaus, what are you doing with your ears? Trying to flap them like a bird? Whatever makes you happy. Where else do we have to go? We could explore the Ruins of Alph and Union Cave. I want to hold off on that and a couple of other sections as well, because they have trainers that are higher level than the ones we'll be running into in the next area. So I'll put them off until we go through those sections. I think I'll be backtracking back to Azalea Town next. We ran into another one. It's Entei again. How you doing, Entei? Do you like being confused? I don't think I want to take the risk of confusing it. I think I'll just hit it with a Shadow Ball. I don't know if confusion sticks with it through battles, but I know other status ailments do. You know, while I'm here, we could cross the water there and go up that side, and there is an item we can get over there, so I suppose there's no reason not to cross the water here, too. I'm not so much interested in the apricorns anymore because they take too long to collect, and I don't think I'd be using them, really. So let's explore up on this side behind the fence and pick up another nugget. Why did I think that this wasn't useful? That's a lot of money that we could actually use at this point. Hey, it's Cameron! It's been too long since I've taken a picture with this guy. Let's do it. I'm sorry if I'm cutting randomly at different points in the video where I'm not really expecting to. And once again, Smash Ball is completely hidden by whoever's standing in front of him. Priceless. Now, we can surf on here. In fact, I think I will because there is an item behind the fence over there. And you can also surf much further south along this route, but I'm going to be avoiding doing that because, once again, trainers there are much higher level than the ones that we'll be running into in just typical battles where we're going, so I'll hold off on exploring that area until we go through the next section. A nugget and a rare candy. You don't want to pass these two things up, do you? I guess I'll meet you in the Ilex Forest next. I think there's something we can pick up there with Surf. And here we are back in the Ilex Forest. I believe there is a hidden item over here. A big mushroom! More stuff for us to sell. Now on to Azalea Town. Now you may be asking yourself where in the world water is in Azalea Town. The Slowpoke well, of course. We haven't been down here in ages. I should have probably used my dowsing machine outside in Azalea Town because I probably forgot to pick up a hidden item over here somewhere. It's on the other side of the charcoal place. I also think there's one by Kurt's house, too, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is what I spent a good amount of time doing off-screen, just searching around for hidden items in places we've already been. And most of them haven't been too interesting to write home about. Why am I saying write home about so often? I've never said that before in my life, and here I'm saying it like once every video. I don't understand it. Cameron, you're down here too. I just took a picture with you, man. But yeah, we can surf here as well. And we can find some really interesting stuff in the Slowpoke well, except when there isn't anything over here except to show you that there's an item up there. But now that we're surfing here, we can find Slowpokes more easily. And since I have Shadow Ball, I can do away with you much more easily than I could normally. Which is the only reason why I'm going to be using it. I'm sorry, Slowpoke. Maybe you'll feel that in a day or two. I really should start using repels. I don't know why I'm not. But the item's up there. I want that item. Really badly do I want that item. You may also remember from earlier there was a certain section of the cave that we couldn't access without a certain move that we have now. Remember that rock behind the rocket executive that we couldn't move before? Well, we can move it now. And that'll grant us access to the rest of the Slowpoke well. And I really, really should be using repels. I wish I had more money. Everybody wishes they had more money. And it doesn't look like there's much else for us to do up here, except I do remember seeing that there was a hidden item up here that there's no reason for us not to pick up this full heal. So down we go. And here we'll be running into much more powerful Pokemon than we were upstairs, because the game expects us to be more powerful now that we have Surf. So let's explore around a bit. I saw some stairs up here. Leads to a dude. What are you doing here? Slowpoke's moment of evolution. Slowpoke with a King's Rock often gets bitten by Shelter. And for talking to him, he'll give us a King's Rock. If we trade Slowpoke while holding King's Rock, it'll evolve into Slowking, which was a new Pokemon in the second generation. But it also has another use that we can put it to if we don't have a Slowpoke Force. If we have somebody hold on to it, it may occasionally cause a Pokemon that we attack to flinch whenever we inflict damage. So it's also kind of nice to have. You can also start running into Golbats now. I think this is the first one we found in the wild. These are annoying as hell to deal with if you don't take them out before they can attack you, because just like Zubat, they like inflicting status ailments on you. Poison, confusion, all that fun stuff. I prefer not to deal with it. It's up to you. Good experience for this point in the game, though. There is one other item I'd like to pick up here. Can we just cross over to the right over here with the land and we don't have to surf all the way around? That is really nice. I never noticed that there. I think I always just surfed around it. But there is one more item for us to find down here. And that is TM18, Rain Dance. Now, like I mentioned when we first escaped from the Union Cave, Rain Dance is a weather effect that lasts 5 turns, powers up water-type moves, cuts the strength of fire moves in half, and ensures certain moves like Thunder will hit with 100% accuracy. I don't really have a use for it right now, so I think I'll just dig out and... Is there anywhere else for us to check out now that we have Surf? That we haven't already checked out? That may or may not be it. It's all I can think of at this point, at least until we move on. So, we are a bit of a distance away from Ecruteak City where we left off, though. See, we're all the way back in Azalea Town, whereas we want to wind up back there. So, I suppose I'll off-screen the trip back to Ecruteak City, and now that we've done just about everything we can do with Surf, there are a couple of places that we can explore now that we have it that I chose not to, because... like I said, the trainers are much more powerful than the ones we'll be running into along the route, so I figure I'll take care of all the stuff we can at Olivine City, our next destination, before we go back and check those places out. So, I'll meet you guys back at Ecruteak next time. This is UniversalGiant. Hoping you guys have a good day.